Hi, besties, and welcome to Semi-Qualified Queens.
A show where we talk about all things drag because we are semi-qualified to speak on it.
I'm Juicebox.
And I'm Cynthia Kiss.
And welcome to Semi-Qualified Queens.
CDR 1, the rewind. Do we like me as a brunette?
I really do. That's my wig, and I know you said it was just possible, but I think you look quite good.
Oh, like the way it's situated right now, I feel good. I just move a couple inches and it would be like...
Oh, it would be gone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a hat.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, 100%. But the color, I feel very pretty. I feel very like Katy Perry.
No, it's fair. I was going to say you in a dark brown with like a nice like balayage.
Balayage.
I think it's
Hello,
great.
I'd like to get a balayage.
A balayage. And remember last week I said we're going to come back with my flattest wig possible. So I decided to put the biggest wig I own.
That's classic Juice.
Classic.
You tell her go right, she goes left. You tell her go up, she goes down.
You got to decide on that little coin toss.
Oh my God.
The coin toss.
No, literally.
I was having a lot of trouble figuring out if I wanted to go to the gym or to yoga.
Yes.
And then our editor, Anthony, had said, he's like, just toss a coin because then you know as soon as it gets in the air, you know exactly what you want to do. And I went, that's fucking genius.
Fucking genius.
That's fucking genius, babes. So I flipped a coin, went to CrossFit. It's great. Didn't even look at it, hit the ground.
I mean, you did ask me before, you're like, should I go to yoga or should I go to CrossFit? And I was like, ooh, go to yoga. And then she just like continued to spiral. And I was like, my opinion literally means nothing to her. It means literally nothing. It's like less significant
Because
than
I knew
nothing.
you were going to say yoga no matter what.
But like, I knew you
would have
weren't
said
going to
yoga.
listen to me. That I
If
was
I
like,
said, Cynthia, should I go for a gentle walk or should I go to yoga? She'd be like, Diva, you should go to yoga.
gentle walk, I might have.
It is a very underrated form of fitness.
It is really good for your
It is
metabolism.
extremely underrated. Walking is great for
Yeah.
you. There's a lot of people out there who don't start their fitness journeys because they think that walking isn't a form of fitness, but walking is very much a form of fitness.
So I don't know if I would have said yoga had you
Maybe a
said slow
gentle
walk.
walk.
Yeah, a lot of pointing.
A lot of pointing today.
A
A lot of pointing.
Your tone is very pointed.
Pointed. Your tone is very pointed right now. Yeah.
No, it just made me laugh because I was like, "You're asking me, but I know you're not. You're not considering my opinion.
No,
you're
not at
just
all.
you're just kind of massaging the concept." So then we came up with the really cool idea of
Well,
flipping
it was
a coin.
Anthony who came up with the
Yeah.
flipping the coin, and it was absolutely fabulous.
And you went to CrossFit.
And I went to CrossFit, and I felt great after.
Good.
I just need to move, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, there's times when we're sitting all day doing this, and then like I was just like, I just need to not be in my house. I need to move.
Oh, totally.
I'm surprised you haven't wanted to do anything like that.
Oh, I've been disassociating for like a couple days. I'm so far from my routine.
Great.
My routine is across the country right now.
Great.
So that I'm not even
Your first degree
considering.
class is going to just be
Oh yeah. we're
Yeah.
I'm doing, once I get to Peterborough, then I can like, once I'm done work mode,
Yeah.
I can like stop worrying about my drag, let that be in all the hard shell
and just be done.
suitcases, and then get back into my routine.
I love that. I love a routine. I thrive on a routine.
Yes.
Yes.
You love a rinse repeat.
Ooh, it's great.
Yeah.
Like there's something to say about you just know what's going to happen every single day. Is that an anxiety thing?
No, I'm just chuckling because the other night I remember you called it a schedule and I called it a routine.
Oh,
And I was like, I don't know if you like your schedule, you like a routine.
oh,
You like when the things are the same
yeah,
as much as possible.
yeah.
Consistency is king.
It's fabulous.
It is nice. I mean, but sometimes with our world, it's like you could literally
very
be
hard.
traveling, gigs with people you never met before, like situations you've never been in before. Like,
I was actually on the phone the other day with one of my coaches that I'm at the gym, and I was telling him about kind of like my past 2 weeks, and he goes, "Do you like that?" Like he just was so blunt, and like you could feel it in his soul that he was like, "I would fucking hate that." He was
It's
just
hard.
like, he's like, "Do you want more of that? Like, do you want to travel more? Do you want to spend more time doing that?" Like he sounded disgusted at the idea.
I'm only laughing because it's so true. It's so true.
Well, it's like from an outside world, it's I've either gotten that is so fabulous and glamorous, or that sounds fucking awful.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be intense.
It can be intense.
Yeah.
You know,
So
it's
for a
lot.
routine girly pop,
Oh my God, it's hell.
it's really random.
It's so random.
so random.
So
of us.
random. But yeah, I love my job and I'm very blessed to have the career that I have.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. But you know, it is, I just thrive on that Monday to Friday having that exact.
I know. We gotta get you a 9 to 5.
For service and devotion.
Also, side note, your earrings are very
Do we
cute.
love?
They're really cute.
Do we love? These were from Jamie from Drag Coven. They were a gift that she made for me years ago, and I've never gotten to wear them.
You've never worn them.
Well, no, because I don't have my ears pierced, so she made this.
That's right.
Yeah, so she made this really smart little hook that goes over my ear, which unfortunately doesn't really work for performing.
No,
so I can
they're goners.
They're goners, so
Yeah.
they only really work if I'm just sitting, and I can't wear them when I'm Twitch streaming because I have headphones on. So this is the one time I've actually been able to wear them. So I'm gonna take a picture when we're done and send them to her.
That is so cute. We'll
Aren't
let
they
her
so
know I'm
cute?
obsessed.
They're little juice boxes.
They're adorable.
And they're actually designed to be. These are my emotes on Twitch. So they're
Oh,
the exact
cute.
same emotes that I have on Twitch. These little juice boxes.
and there
they're
is a
super cute.
little bit of expired apple juice in there.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why they're so
Yes.
heavy.
It's wine now, actually.
Oh, it's fermented. That's
It's
kinda
if I ever
cool.
relapse. That's what these are for.
It's like toilet bowl wine.
I'm not going to relapse with fabulous tequila or margaritas. No, darling. I'm doing it with toilet bowl
Fermented
wine.
apple juice. From a
That's why I'm
craft.
going to do it.
No, they're really cute.
Thank you.
I
Also,
love.
I've learned recently that relapse jokes aren't funny to a lot of people.
Oh, honey.
I think they're hilarious.
I've always known that.
Why aren't they? I think they're very funny.
They make people uncomfortable.
Extremely
concerned.
Extremely.
It sounds like a cry for help.
It might be.
It really, it really, every time you do it, I like have to look you deeper in the eye and think like, is there a grain of truth? Like every time I have to really, really maintain that eye contact because I'm just like,
Do I need to help
is
her?
this a cry for help? Every time.
I'm wearing glass, so I have to make sure it doesn't get on my
Every time
teeth.
you
Every
do
time.
it, I'm just like, and then every time you're like waiting for this thunderous laughter, and I'm like, sobriety is very serious, babe. Like,
And I'm like,
am I right, ladies?
I like want to see me burn this place to the ground.
Come on, Grigio girls. It's like, no.
Oh, I love that song.
It is really good.
I know. I saw a video online of one guy being like, "Should I make a comeback?" And his family was like, "That's not funny."
See?
And I was like, "That's very my humor."
So you.
I know.
So you.
So
Oh my
me.
God.
Should I make a comeback? Something's so funny about it.
I know. You just
I
think
don't know
I think you
why.
like making people uncomfortable with it.
Okay, that might be
Like
it.
you have the most fun with
Yeah,
it.
it's a knee slapper for me.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Oh my God.
I do
funny.
love watching you order alcohol for other people.
Oh, I get goofy.
She gets really kooky. It's like for the first time ever. It's like she's never done it before. We swung by
I
the
feel like a 16-year-old.
yeah, we like swung by the beer store the other day, and she was like, yes, beer. One for my husband. He likes a really cold brewski." And I'm just like, you're talking so much more than you need to. Like, it was literally the ones that were already in the cooler.
Just buy it.
You just pick it up, they scan it, and you go. And she's just like, this isn't for me.
That's where my millennial humor comes out. I get like kooky and I'm like, oh, this is so weird. I know.
She sees me, she's like, PBR, that's crazy.
Okay, you did buy. That is crazy to buy a PBR. I'm sorry.
It's exclusively because of Lana Del Rey.
It's still. I feel like I was justified to be like, you're getting a PBR. Thank you, Anthony.
ribbon on ice.
He's nodding his head like PBR is crazy. The only time
There's corn syrup in it. It's really sweet.
The only time I drank PBR was when I drank a PBR and I had a Mickey, a Malibu, and I would do a shot of Malibu and chase it with a PBR, and I vomited all over that room, all over those walls.
And she's excited to do it again tonight.
Hey!
Awkward. Eye
She's-
contact.
She's like, please don't.
I don't know why I like it, but I do. It's cheap
PBR?
and cheerful. Yeah.
Cheap and cheerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like me.
Yeah. You always say you're trash. I'm the secret white trash. It's really me. It's really me.
you.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
What a fun turn of events.
Oh, I'm going to crack that open after this, though.
The BBR? You haven't cracked it open yet?
Hell yeah. No, I haven't yet.
Ooh, I'm going to make a burrito bowl for us.
But enough about our menu items this week.
Oh, yeah, we probably should talk about the episode.
We've got to dive in to episode 9 of Canada's Drag Race.
Yes, episode 9. Yeah, and here, I'm going to tangent one more time. You said something earlier. You were like, "Ugh, what else are we going to talk about?" I was like, babe, I think we're going to be fine. She was just like, I don't think I just don't know if I have any more in me.
That's the magic of chemistry.
I was like, babe, we're going to be okay. Not really worried about it. You're going to literally look at a hair on my face and go, you know what's funny about hair? Like, it's just not worried about it.
Improv queen.
Yes.
And
Say that shit with your chest. All right, yeah, let's. Oh, is my nipple out?
That one's getting close, and I know that YouTube.
I don't want to get demonetized.
No, exactly.
Nipples. My tits look great in this, eh?
They look good.
Yeah. Thank you.
They look real good.
So here we are. Top 4.
Top 4.
Lemon has been sent home. I'm personally devastated.
I know.
I know. Love her so much. And Rita pressed grilled cheese pressed that she was in the bottom.
For her makeover challenge.
Yeah.
Why?
Huh?
Why was she pressed?
She's not happy.
That was not a good makeover.
She's not happy.
No, it was a make under.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yeah.
Like the makeup was wild.
Well, she kind of face cracked Scarlett a little because Scarlett is just like kind of talking about her like safeness and like
Yes.
how well she's doing and how she's never been in like the bottom. And she's just like, yeah, I mean, you never won either. And I have 2. So like she just, and Scarlett's like, oh!
I know which one said, was it Jimbo that said their threats in the competition are Rita and Pri, and just glazes over Bobo as a
Completely.
threat? Yeah. Bobo's just not a threat. In
It
Jimbo's
almost sounded
eyes.
like she just said Pri, but they added Rita in. Because you know when sometimes you can hear like the
Yes.
it almost sounded like they added Rita in. Like it almost sounded like she just said Pri.
That often happens when you don't see their mouths moving. It starts with a clip of them in the confessionals, and then they'll roll over to B-roll.
Oh, the American show is notorious for crafting together a confessional and thinking that we don't notice it.
It's an audible quilt.
Sometimes I'm like, whoa, that was...
Yeah, you have a good ear for it.
Oh, it sounds insane.
It's like different breaths and like times of day.
It's like Cynthia then came to and I wanted to go. Like it's not even a fucking sentence. It sounds AI. Yes. Like it's crazy.
It's like the Mariah Carey remix of Yes and.
Oh. You want to talk about starting at 100?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. She's screaming from the jump. Anyways.
So we have 4 queens left. No one's seeing Bobo as a threat because she hasn't even won any challenges since.
Well, she's won a mini.
But that doesn't count.
Unless you're Lucy LaRuca.
Sorry, Lucy. I don't see those as really substantial.
Little loose.
I said a little loose. When I won a mini, it stressed me out because then I became a team captain.
You become a target.
And you become a target. Mm-hmm.
So it's better to win a maxi than a mini. It's better to kind of fly under the radar with those minis. Although that prizes are real fucking nice.
Oh, love the cash.
Absolutely love the cash.
Absolutely love the cash. Already spent it. Thanks, darling.
Absolutely fabulous.
But yeah, sometimes I think those minis are more produced.
Kiss of death.
Than anything. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Kine winning the first one when it was obviously supposed to be me.
Truly.
Like,
robbed.
I looked so good. I had
Jesus.
wings.
Photo again.
Ding. Slay her. But let's get to it.
What's our... Oh, yes. This week, there's no mini again.
There isn't?
Oh, there is.
There is. Yeah. We do. We have Sabrina Jalise come out for the mini.
Oh my god, yes.
And how do you know Sabrina? I know her from Video on Trial.
Video on Trial.
Fabulous.
So funny.
Really funny. I know they were trying to plug her for something else, but I was just like, no, mama, Video on Trial. Mm-hmm. You know,
That's
Video
how
on
we
Trial
are.
was my shit. For if you're an American or if you are from out of Canada, Video on Trial was essentially a show where they would take music videos and they would critique over them with comedians.
Like roast them.
Like absolutely roast these music videos. And like the first few seasons were, I think, the funniest bit of TV that Much Music was putting out.
Elite.
They kind of started to fizzle out near the end when they started adding like different comedians who you didn't really know. Like you really started to get to know like Sabrina Jalise, Trevor Boris,
Deborah Giovanni.
Deborah Giovanni, she's fucking funny. Like she always looks like she's a little sweaty.
Because she is.
She is, but she was great. So and then they started to kind of like add new comedians in, and I think it lost its magic.
You lost the flair. But that's how we know her.
But that's how we know her. So they basically decide to do this. She's essentially directing them in singing the national anthem over a green screen.
So many green screen challenges
So
this
many. I
season.
know, I
I'm
know.
so jealous.
I know you
We
love a
didn't
green
do it
screen.
once.
Really?
Not one time did I get my green screen moment. Like, it's actually a very affordable challenge. Like it's just a soundstage with green.
I know.
And it's not that hard to do it in post.
And they just plug in an image and then
like
they're done.
literally.
Yeah.
I wanted it so badly.
I know. Well, if you ever start getting cast on All Stars, you have to be like, please do a green screen challenge.
Oh, 100%.
Just beg.
Like that's like just my mind. It's like the limitless possibilities with a green screen. It just makes me laugh. Anyways,
So essentially, they have to sing the national anthem. So they're going into this being like, okay, well, I'm just going to sing the national anthem.
Easy.
But then Sabrina throws them curveballs, being like, okay, now sing it really slow. Now sing it as if you're angry at your husband. Like
you're in a 10,000 seat stadium. You're terrified.
you're terrified. You're horrified. I wish somebody who did that one did it. Like, have you ever seen the girl who it's like that? It's like Fear Factor meets American Idol, where they have to sing, but then they also like stick their hand in boxes with snakes in it.
No.
It's so funny. She's like singing, and then she's just like,
You should do that show.
she's like, you make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. Like, I wish they did something like that, because that's all I could picture that whole time.
You have to do that show.
I think it's canceled.
I think that
it's
would
canceled.
be so funny.
I think it'd be great for me.
Oh my God, I could so picture you doing
Yeah,
that.
I could play that up really good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be so funny. Like, and so this is the whole thing. They would always stick their hands in.
They stick their hand in boxes, and there's like snakes or rats or spiders or mosquitoes. Yeah. It's something about you love to see me get tortured, but you're like, you should do that. I'm like, why? Why?
No, all I could picture was you singing earnestly and then doing like your classic Juice, like
Don't cry out. But it's a cute, fun little challenge. You can tell there's no stakes in it. Rita pulls her sleepy gag. She falls asleep.
Yeah, she falls asleep.
She loves a fall asleep gag.
Yeah, a sleeper hit.
She loves it.
That one.
Cynthia does not like it.
I'll be honest. We finished watching the rest of the season, our rewatches. We were taking notes last night, and I was getting annoyed with that bit.
With the bit. She did it quite a bit.
She did it. Maybe like if you watched it months over time, it wouldn't bother you as much. But the fact that we'd really finished
Hammered it?
Yeah, I was getting.
I was like, why does she keep falling asleep? You know? Anyways, but it was a cute little challenge. She's like, it bugs me.
Fucking bugs me.
But it was a cute little challenge, and then we go back, and then we learn. Was there a winner to it? I don't think so.
Us for patiently watching it.
Rita won it.
See, with that little sleepy joke.
That gag, really, they love that gag.
I'm telling you, they kept acting like it was the fucking funniest thing in the world, and I was like, all she's doing is going quiet and hitting the ground. Where are the jokes?
Where are the jokes?
Like, this is that last bit of gaslighting I'm talking about, Canada. Like, it's out there.
Who do you think should have won?
Maybe Jimbo.
Honestly, can I be really honest?
You think
I
Rita?
think Bobo should have won.
Hey,
she was really funny during it.
She was funny too.
She was really funny.
It reminded me of the Miss Loose Jaw energy, where she kind of talked like really fast. Yeah,
I thought she was really funny. She really committed to it. Yeah. Rita really committed to that like kind of bitchy pop star.
Yeah.
So I think that's why she took it. But
don't forget Sleepy.
She loves a fall asleep gag.
I wonder when she's hosting Belgique,
she just goes
like.
I'm going to try and look it up to see if she does a fall asleep gag, and I'm going to send it to you just to watch you explode.
I'm sure there's a way she can work that in there.
She loves it. It's her shtick.
I don't get it. It's one thing that's getting lost in translation for me.
Yeah.
So
then we go back to the workroom, and we find out it's a ball.
Not just any ball. A snowball.
A snowball. And for those of you that don't know, snowballing is one of two things. When you're at a school dance, you dance with someone and they scream snowball, and then you have to switch and dance with a different partner. Or snowballing is also when someone ejaculates in their mouth and then you kiss each other and you move the sperm through each other's mouth. That's also snowballing.
I knew that was going to be heavily sexual. I knew option 2 was just going to be so blue. I could just see it in your eyes. You're like, I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her. Snowball. Oh my god. We snowballed at the dance.
Oh my god, I would be shocked. I would be like, which one?
And they're like, well, we were expelled, so you tell me.
We snowballed, both of them.
Okay. Did you ever hear of school dances when things would get really raunchy and people would herd around students and they would grind in a way that was almost more than grinding, if you know what I mean? Things would get R-rated on the dance floor.
Isn't that what all school dances look like?
Okay, but sex on the dance floor?
Uh,
That's crazy to me.
They would actually have sex or just
Actually
dance?
have sex on the dance floor.
Really?
Isn't that unhinged?
It's a boner on the dance floor.
Hope we don't get caught.
No, I remember in high school. Oh, we should probably stop saying that. We were like children.
Yeah, I was
so
like,
gross.
Too. I was like, back up.
Back up. It was my own experience, but still, let's not talk about it. Back it up. But no, I think we just did grinding.
Fair.
Although I remember one school dance where a mosh pit broke out, And I was like 100 pounds soaking wet. And I remember there was this girl, her name was Shaylin. She's a beautiful lesbian now. She turned to me and it was everything happened in slow motion. There was this massive mosh pit that broke out and she looked at me and she was like a muscly kind of girl and she went, Joe, run! And she like grabbed me by my chest and threw me out of the pit before I got absolutely trampled.
Because otherwise you would have been a goner.
Oh, I would have been dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like all the like football jocks like doing a mosh pit because they decided that that would be the best idea. So she's,
And it's Windsor, so.
Oh, it was actually LaSalle, suburb.
Oh,
Windsor
fancy.
County.
Very fancy of you and your white picket fence upbringing.
St. Thomas of Villanova.
But the really fun part of this episode, we find out the guest host is none other than Michelle Visage.
I would have shit my pants.
I think this was the first moment for the queens where it was like, oh, pressure.
I think like, I don't know if you know, like if I met Michelle Visage.
Hard name to say, eh?
It's a hard name to say. If I met Michelle Visage, my birthday twin, September 20th, Virgo Queens, I would probably cry.
You'd cry?
I love her.
I like her too, but
I love her.
right. I take it you really love her.
I love her. Like I'm scared to meet her at DragCon.
Yeah.
Like I tried one time and they said, "Oh, can you come back later?" And I said, "I can't.
Gladly.
I can't build up this confidence again."
Oh yeah, you're like, it's now or never, never.
I was like, "It's now or never." And if it's
Never,
not now, it's
never.
not happening this trip at all. And she
Well-
didn't go to the last one.
Yeah.
Like I would. Like I love her.
Absolutely devoted.
Absolutely devoted, couldn't made her. But sometimes she used to respond to my tweets sometimes, and I like I would screenshot them.
They're framed in the back room.
I almost framed the one of Shea Coulee one time tweeted me, and I almost framed that. Or Aquaria one time tweeted that she liked me, and I almost framed that.
Well, okay, here's the thing. In Canada, we don't have RuPaul hosting. If all of a sudden someone said like, hey, RuPaul's here, that would make me
Really?
so much more neurotic in my head, like nervous,
Oh.
intimidated.
See, I'd be like, oh, that's kinda cool.
Michelle is just an extension of that to me.
No, see, I'm the opposite. If I heard RuPaul's gonna be here, I'd be like, oh my god, cool. If they said Michelle's gonna be here, I'm like, I need to look perfect. Everything about me needs to be perfect. I love Michelle.
How could that be?
I don't know.
How could that be?
I don't know.
How could it be that RuPaul doesn't intimidate you?
She intimidates me slightly. Michelle intimidates me more.
I think
Like when I heard Michelle Visage was going to be the host of Drag Race Dianenda, I was like, that is incredible. Like I got
that is
so excited.
crazy to me.
I love
I don't believe you. I
love her so
don't
much.
believe
Really?
you.
No, I love Michelle Visage.
Oh, you're being unhinged on purpose. You're doing it on purpose.
No, I'm not. It's not a bit. I promise. You can ask anyone. You can ask
Such
anyone.
a bit.
No, you can ask anyone.
Okay, so I guess I'm intimidated by RuPaul.
And I'm intimidated by Michelle.
Right.
Like if Michelle said, I hate your drag, I would stop doing drag.
What if Ru said it?
If Rue said she hated my drag,
Yeah.
I'd be like, you're old.
Damn.
You're not old. I love you so much.
No, I know. She's
She's a little old.
but like amazing.
Yeah.
So if this was you,
Oh,
you would've-
unhinged.
you would have lost your mind.
I would have been
The
unhinged.
hinge would have been.
Like I would have been. I would have had a panic attack. Again. I would have been like, I can't do this.
You're like, okay, she really needs to stop doing this on the show.
It's not funny anymore, Juice.
Yeah.
I don't.
Everyone's like, she's having another one.
Yeah, here she goes again.
Okay. But you can see it in their eyes. Sometimes when they find out the guest hosts, it's practically an acting challenge. They have to pretend they know who they are.
Oh, with this one, they were excited.
Excited, nervous, gassy. It was all the emotions in
Oh my
one,
god, me in a nutshell.
literally. So very fun that she's there. I thought that was a
Yes.
really cool move from like the franchise at large. Just the kind of that like that little kiss, that wink from the American.
It was almost like
show.
a blessing.
Yeah, like them saying we support this. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna import Michelle.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Yes.
I remember when they told me, I was so mad.
Were you? You must be with
I
this
was,
reaction.
I was a little pressed.
Yeah.
I was like, mother.
a little French pressed.
I was a little French pressed. I was a little, you know? I remember telling Mr. Box, I was just like, Michelle Visage is there. He was like, okay. I was like,
We're gonna pause for one sec.
Please, yeah.
You've got a little
Oh,
gloss that's it's carrying down the lip.
so we find out that it is a ball, the snowball. And
Now that you know all the ways.
now that I know the ways of the snowball. So essentially, we have three categories. So we have SheEO,
Holiday executive realness.
holiday executive realness. We have Après ski hangover.
Yes.
And then we have, oh my God, what was the last one? It's like, what is it?
There's one. One that says Icy Walk of Shame.
Oh, the Icy Walk of Shame.
then-
Sorry, it was hangover in our brief. That's
and then
why.
Ice Queen Eleganza.
Ice Queen Eleganza. Right. So it's essentially an après ski, CEO, and then they have to make their third outfit.
Yes.
So
That's
just
the
to
thing.
get it out of the way, my CEO was so poorly made
Oh no.
that I just never even photo shooted it. It was so bad. Photoshot it,
Didn't take a photo.
photographed it.
Yeah, that's probably better. I love how you tried one more. Photoshot it.
Photographed. Anyways, it was so just not good at all.
Oh no, what was the concept?
I wanted to do a white, just like a simple white dress with like a red like kind of pullover. Like it was
Okay.
just like I wanted it to look like a power suit with like a cape. And what I got was a white sequin tube with shoulder pads and a red cape, and it was all attached, so you couldn't even really get into it. So it kind of just looked like a giant tube with red around it. Like it looked like a candy cane can. Like I don't even.
Sounds sexy.
Babe, I may have it and I can show you. It's not good.
Well, if we don't have a photo, we're gonna have to take one tonight.
I'm just gonna put like a Miranda Priestley photo up, and then my hangover was really good. It was inspired by Charlie's Angels with
This is good.
what's her name? Cameron Diaz.
Diaz.
Cameron Diaz's jacket when she's doing the après ski, and then underneath it had a crystal bra, crystal corset, crystal panties, and crystal shoes. But my entire makeup was gonna get smeared off, and when I walked to the end of the runway, I was gonna cough out pubes.
Pubes.
Yeah.
Pubes. Pubic hair.
Pubic hair. I was gonna go, and it was gonna go pubes. We're just gonna go, because what's the last sound you hear before a pubic hair hits the ground?
Okay.
Super fun.
You had me everything up until the pubic hair bit.
It's kind of fun.
I just don't know how that could be in your mouth and then get out of your mouth.
Have you ever? No, I would have it in my hand.
Oh, I see now.
And I
And
would-
just blow it.
And I would blow it. Like I would
Right.
cough and blow it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobo did something on the runway where she like coughed and there was some sort of like
It was like snow.
yeah, snow sparkle. Yeah.
Yeah, snow. Sparkle.
These Toronto girls
I love it.
always coughing up something.
So we go into the workroom where everybody starts making things a little less frantic for this one because it's there's only 4 of them and there's so much fabric. But there was a funny moment between Bobo and Jimbo where Bobo goes, "Can I borrow that?" And Jimbo goes, "No."
No, I'm too busy winning $100,000.
She was like, "I love you, but I really want to win $100,000. So good luck." I was like, "Work."
And then we get a moment. Scarlett, she's not a sewer.
No.
She just isn't a sewer. Jimbo,
Is
literally like a costume designer. So she decides, I'm going to help Bobo out. She wants to make a cape. She wants to know how to do this. And there's this like conversation cul-de-sac where they go in loops where Bobo's like, okay, I have this. I want to make it. And then Jimbo draws out 4 pattern pieces. And Bobo goes, but I only have 1 piece. And Jimbo goes, yeah, you cut that piece into 4. Bobo, but I only have 1 piece. Like it just goes in a loop where
He's
she's
like,
just
"I don't get it."
just not understanding that 1 piece of fabric can be cut into multiple pieces. It was camp.
It was so funny. And Jimbo's just like,
It was so funny the way she's just like, but how? It's only 1 piece.
she was like, "You just cut it." It's so funny.
So funny. Just
know.
on a loop, on a loop, on a loop. She sort of figured it out because she definitely made a cape of some sort.
Oh, she made something fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you see Priyanka with her hot glue gun and a dream, which is so funny because it's just like she knows how to sew. She
Yeah.
learned how to sew before coming. So what you doing, babes?
Maybe she's a little tired.
I'm just a little tired. Why are you wearing a paper dress?
Well, this is the thing. And this classic trope of like hot gluing something to a corset.
With Michelle Visage there. Terrifying.
I would never.
I would never.
Like, of
I would
all
rather
times
go
to do
out in
that.
fabric wrapped around my body in a prayer.
Yeah,
You know?
totally.
There's a hem here
Or like a muumuu.
and here.
Totally.
Oh, imagine a caftan. Fabulous.
Oh my God. So fun.
I love a caftan.
Literally. I feel like that to me would honestly, this was a bit of a struggle bus for Priyanka. I think this design, it wasn't really going anywhere. And then she was saying, like, in her walkthrough with Stacey McKenzie, she was like, I'm not even gonna show you what I'm working on. I want to surprise you.
Stacey was like, okay.
She kind of fell for the bait, but it was like, it's because Pri had no idea what she was doing.
She had not a clue.
Not a clue.
Not a
It was
clue.
just like, you know, it's stressful. You only have so much time, but like,
And then Rita comes through with all this foam.
this was actually really cool.
See, here's where some of the gaslighting went the other way. Because what Rita and what Jimbo were pulling out, I thought were quite fabulous.
Yes.
Very extravagant and very glamorous.
Yes.
You know?
Eleganza,
Elegance.
as per the brief.
Elegance.
Elegance. That's funny.
Thank you. I'm just going to look at her notes really quick. And now, let's hear from our sponsor, Freddie. Freddie is one of the largest and most inclusive online PrEP providers. What is PrEP? PrEP is short for pre-exposure prophylaxis. PrEP is a pill that you take once a day, every day, that reduces your risk of contracting HIV by up to 99%.
Get PrEP prescribed online and have it discreetly delivered to your door for free. No more awkward, judgmental doctor visits. So visit gofreddy.com to book a consultation and see if PrEP is right for you.
So something that's kind of fun in the walkthrough with Priyanka is she starts talking about how she worked at YTV and then she would go and do drag. And I remember doing that with her. Like I remember...
YTV?
Well, not YTV, but I remember being at a show and her rushing in last minute, like ready to do it. And she's just like, I just worked all day, staying up all night. And like Pri was a party girl. Like Pri would really turn the party until like 2, 3, 4 in the morning and then go home, sleep for a couple hours and go back to YTV. Like she hustled.
Yeah.
And what was so privileged about that was that she was able to make all of her TV money and all of that drag money went right back into Priyanka. Right? Went right back into costuming, right back into dancers, right back into all that stuff. So it was actually really nice for her drag career because a lot of us, drag was our full time. So we couldn't really afford to do that because we were like, we have to pay our rent.
Yeah.
You know? So like, and she was able to like build out her costumes, build out her shows and build up so quickly that she gets on the show. You know?
Totally.
So it was great for her to have that, but it was a big jump. I remember when she quit and she had left YTV because she got cast on the show. And I remember it was a big deal for her to leave that because it's like, it's your job, but it's also like something that's kept you so secure for so long.
I know. That actually reminds me of kind of how drag started for me. When I won that Brat Pack contest and then I got a weekly show, I was balancing my 9 to 5, running home, doing the paint. I found it so stressful.
It's so exhausting.
Yeah, no, for sure. I would have, I mean, for years, I wish that show was on a Friday night just so I could have the weekend to sleep in. I was like, it's those Friday mornings I'll never forget. Hellish.
Just being exhausted at
Just
work.
literally so tired. And the next day having to like present a collection or something. Like it was just...
Here are the colors for the next collection.
People be like, oh, you have like a little glitter from last night. And I'm like, do I?
Oh, I hate that. I hate that when you're somewhere and they start pointing out that you still have makeup on. You're
And
like,
you know how you look
"Thanks."
after out of drag? Like it's you don't actually look...
I don't look like a normal person for 2 days.
No.
Like it's a solid 2 days until I look normal.
It's actually true for you.
Solid 2 days.
I can tell when you've done drag, your eyes are like a little like puffy.
They're puffy. They're like, it doesn't matter what skincare, what mask I do.
Because you're really in there. You're taking it all off. But
2 motherfucking days.
yeah, 48 hours.
It makes me crazy. Especially when like I have to do something important.
Yeah. You want to look nice on camera out of drag.
Well, and it's like, and I feel like it can really pick at your insecurities.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, for not to say, but like I don't have hair on my head. You do. You can at least sort of rely on that. I got nothing. I'm just an egg with no facial hair, barely any fucking eyebrows, and nothing on my head. So I'm just like, God freaking damn it. So
God damn it.
So like anytime I have to do drag, like the 2 days after, I'm almost like a recluse.
Yeah. Just staying at home,
Disgusting.
snowballing.
Stop.
I'd never heard that term before.
Really?
Come on. No, I hadn't.
Really?
I know.
You're
The more
welcome.
you know.
I know.
Please don't demonetize us. We need this.
We really need this.
But do we want to dive into the runways?
Yeah, let's dive into them. So
Yeah.
let's start off with their packages. Let's start off with Scarlett's. So Scarlett comes out in her She-EO, and it is this fabulous newspaper pantsuit.
Some would even call it absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely
Referencing the
fabulous.
British sitcom, because
'cause
that
the
hair
hair.
was very ab fab.
Yeah, and I think she had like, did she do like a fire thing or like a
Like a stage trick?
like a stage trick? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh my god, we actually never talked about Bobo eating fire on the stage.
She was the first to ever do that.
Shout out to Bobo doing fire on the stage that we forgot to mention.
Props to you, mama.
Props to you. Anyways, but yeah, I think like something she did like a flare or something, but it was just like the suit was beautiful, the hair looked great, it was great, and then we go into her après ski, and I think her après ski was made by Helena Poison, who's an incredibly talented makeup artist and drag entertainer in Toronto. Look her up if you don't know her. I love.
I
Helena.
liked the silicone icicles.
I think she had made the silicone.
That's very
Right, the
cool.
silicone icicles, and it was kind of like a bubblegum pop, like she had been frozen, but like it was almost like her afterlife was all like pop music. You know, she died in a music video.
Totally. Well, she died in a snowbank, like after the party, right? Like I loved the way her character work for that runway was really funny. You could tell she was like freezing, and that's when she did the gag. She like blew snow.
Yeah, and then the extravaganza,
She gave us more of like a warrior ice princess.
and the cape was very well made for someone who doesn't.
I don't know if it was well made, but it looked great with all of it. The whole finished package.
For what she was going for, I got Viking.
Yes.
Right.
We got the mood.
I got the brief because like when I think Viking, I don't think perfect seams.
No, exactly.
You know? I don't think this is going to be beautifully, daintily well made. I want to see a little bit of tatter. I want to see a little bit of things being moved around and some bulkier spots, right? So I found I got that, and I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah,
and
she
I liked
killed
the
it.
hair with it, and I thought the makeup was really fun.
Was it the same hair as her second runway, do you think? And then she did something to it?
No, it was a mohawk.
It just almost to me, I thought it was the same like powder blue, and then she like did something to it.
Maybe.
I thought it was inventive either way.
Either way, it looked great.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to Priyanka.
Pre. She came out in the Holiday Executive Realness as kind of that like spirit leader, holiday extraordinaire, but also drunk. So it was funny. She's like campy.
On brand.
She looked like a Christmas tree and an ugly holiday sweater party wrapped into one.
Yeah, and the way she presented it was quite funny.
She
Really
gave that-
excitable, like waving.
And that big smile, like I'll say it with love, like dopey smile. Like she does it on purpose when she's kind of like pulling face. It actually worked.
No, it works
That was
great.
the perfect chance for it. Again, that direct eye contact.
Constantly. Yeah.
And then she came out in her second look. It was a what was she rocking for the second look? Oh, okay. This one was not her strongest. It was kind of like a cardigan that she belted and wore like
this one
just
was
like a
funny
a
because
toque.
I remember the belt was a custom leather belt made by the same designer who made my promo outfit, Zach.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it was a custom leather Canada leaf belt, which I thought was such a choice for this because like why would you belt something on such a beautifully made custom piece that's kind of just like a puffy sweater?
It was like a cardigan of some sort.
Yeah, and then like she just kind of looked a little
Frumpy.
but not in like where Scarlett came out quote unquote frumpy, but it was very put together and like a full cohesive look. When Priyanka looked frumpy,
Yeah.
like it kind of just fell a little flat for me.
Scarlett's felt like it was meant for the stage. Pre's looked like it was actually at a university party.
It looked like she was actually like leaving,
Like literally
like a
leaving frat
literal
party.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like it could have been amplified a little bit more.
A little bit.
more.
This wasn't her strongest ball. Like this.
No, it was pretty bad.
And so let's talk about that third look, that DIY eleganza.
Eleganza. I am surprised she was not lip syncing because of how bad this was.
I agree.
Like it was really bad.
She saved it with her quippy remarks. Like the minute she was saying, what was she saying to Michelle? Like the way she was trying to sell it. But then she said, like, I was selling, what was it like? What's the term when bootlegs DVDs? When she's like, oh, I was selling bootleg DVDs, like trying to sell you something that was obviously like not worth it.
It was bad.
The corset itself was okay, but then that paper skirt,
Why bother?
at that point, but I think she wanted to like distract so that she could say, I didn't just glue a corset.
But I mean,
I know.
basically. But yeah, I really didn't like it.
And what have we learned on season 1? They don't like it when you use paper as apparel.
Alona and Tainomi. Yeah. And then we go to Rita.
Mm-hmm.
And Rita's holiday CEO. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank.
Hers, I remember her second look because she kind of got out a drag and she was playing like a kooky little character. But for her first look,
I remember.
talk to me.
Oh, wait. No, I'm remembering her après ski.
This is what I mean. That weird tracksuit that you said was cute.
I think I just wrote she didn't fall asleep.
Finally.
Finally. Yeah, I
finally.
don't really remember it. I think it was just kind of like a... But I will say I'll give her second one. I know she kind of did a character for the holiday or the après ski.
Yeah.
But dead ass, I would wear that.
The look itself was okay.
No, the look itself, like I would wear as a boy now.
Yes, it was like a cute 80s little jumpsuit.
I love an 80s jumpsuit.
Windbreaker.
So I saw that and I was like, thank God she did that like kind of like unibrow like thing. But I was just like, I love that. Now, if we could talk about the extravaganza, here is where I felt a little gaslit.
Talk to me.
Their biggest complaint with Rita was that she couldn't walk in it and her hips weren't big enough. She had created something that was quite elaborate
Yeah,
and quite beautiful.
absolutely.
She had created this crown. She had put lace over her eyes and then icicles over that so she could still see, but it looked like her eyes were completely covered. She had created a full gown and this bust out of foam and different pieces. I thought it was extremely complicated and very cool. And your biggest critique is that it's too bulky when Priyanka is literally wearing the bulkiest thing she could put on in her midsection covered in glue with paper. And you're going to tell me that Rita looks worse.
Yeah, makes no sense.
Where are we with this?
And it's a design challenge, so you don't have another person taking care of your fit, right? This is you and your dress form. Quickly, you're pinning, you're sewing frantically. I know what it feels like to make a look for yourself and not be able to pin yourself. Sometimes you need someone. It's like cutting your own hair. It's virtually impossible. Sometimes you just need someone to pin it for you. She just ran out of time. Like, yes, she could have had a higher slit in the back, and I'm sure she would have designed it that way had it have not been a design challenge.
I guess. But then let's move on to Jimbo. So Jimbo's holiday CEO was...
Came out in... oh my God, I keep seeing their second looks, like in my mind.
I know.
Like,
I think it's because that was the most impressive one.
it was like
So Jimbo came out in this gold shoulder and then opened it and it was almost like a present over her crotch. Flasher kind of thing. It was cute, very Christmassy, but kind of just like me. And then her après ski look was, yes, it was a big fur coat. And then, but her makeup was smeared everywhere.
Yep, she went for that same like fucked up makeup thing.
That would be very similar to what I was going to do.
Yeah.
You know? No
chunky
pubes though.
Boots, kind of like fun, cool. She was saying it's maybe her third, fourth after party.
Yeah. You know?
She'd been around the block
She's
that
been
night.
around. Yeah. And then we get to her eleganza. And I'm going to say it. It's not the worst thing that they made it sound it to be.
I would 100% place that higher than Priyanka.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like I'll give Bobo her flowers. Bobo did have the best overall package. Each one of Bobo's looks deserved that win.
Strong.
Right? So I'm never going to take that away from her. She deserved that win. Priyanka's, if we're looking at Priyanka's first outfit, perfect. Her second outfit, meh. Fine. Third outfit, dog shit.
Yeah.
Bad.
Rita,
first outfit, boring. Second outfit, fun, but fine. Third outfit, I thought passable, quite pretty, you know, quite good. Jimbo, first outfit, passable. Second outfit, passable.
Strong.
Third outfit, strongest out of the three.
Yeah.
But not amazing.
The only thing I think the Achilles heel was
The makeup.
the mug.
Yes. The makeup was bad.
They couldn't look past that. They really couldn't get on board with just what they were wearing. If the face was painted so pale, Michelle was giving it the old, well, why do you do that? You know, like wanting to hear
Well, it's
the
also she
artist
had-
and the artist's intention.
Well, she had also done so much more. So it was kind of like, why did you do that?
Why'd you do that?
Why'd you do that, Vibes?
Tell me why you do that.
Could you maybe explain that? So
Never a good feeling.
So basically, we find Bobo has won.
If it moves a certain way, it looks like I have a bald patch.
Oh, yeah, I get that. So we eventually find out that Bobo has won.
Yes.
So Bobo wins the ball.
Finally won
Finally
something.
wins the ball, which, like, good for her. Like,
She literally looked like the happiest little clam. Mm-hmm. That I thought was sweet. Mm-hmm. It's never a good feeling to place safe, and I'll tell you why. You never get the feedback. You go backstage and sit and untucked and not understand why. Mm-hmm. So for the first couple weeks, like at first it's a relief because you're like, slay, I'm still in the competition. And then after a while, you're just like, fuck me, why am I never actually placing like this? And you just don't actually get the feedback. Like it took me on my run, like it was weeks before I actually got feedback. And it was then because I had screwed up so badly that they were like, remember, you're dog trash. And it was just like, okay, I know.
remember, you're ugly.
Yeah.
And you're bad at drag.
Yeah. Amanda Brugel's like, you tried to play me? Big mistake.
Huge.
Huge.
How's my...
You're great.
Okay.
How's mine?
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm just going to quickly look.
So you could feel it in Bobo's energy. She was just so excited to finally win. Because she was ready for that. She'd been... You even saw it when she won the mini. She was like emotional.
So, actually, I skipped ahead a bit. Something that happened on this episode that you really were excited about was they got to talk to their younger selves.
Oh my God.
That happens this episode, not next one.
Yes, the family or the childhood photo. Mm-hmm. What would you say to young Joe?
So, Cynthia, what would you say to little Daniel?
Don't change a goddamn thing. You're perfect, and they'll finally figure that out. I love you, sweetheart. No one else does yet, but they will.
Perfect. Good.
No tears or nothing.
Nothing.
Just like,
and they're like,
you're a psychopath. They'll be like, tell me something I don't know.
you better give me that crown.
What would you tell little Joe?
Get a fucking subscription to Ativan now, babe. Now. Right now. Also, buy creatine and go to the gym, you fucking skinny fuck. Jesus. You're gonna start working out in your 30s and it'll be too late.
No, it's never too late. Here's the thing. We're being flippant and silly right now, but when you're exhausted and you've been away from family, home, your regular routine, your life, seeing this like old nostalgic photo of yourselves, it is a tearjerker. It is reality TV 101 formula for vulnerability. And this is the only season that Canada's Drag Race ever does the childhood photo bit.
Yeah.
Instead, we've replaced it with a photo shoot with the previous season's winner. So instead of getting this heartfelt moment from like Venus or Giselle, like they just see themselves with another drag queen, and it just doesn't hit the same. And I know we've heard from production before that this is their approach and their take, making it their own. Love the She Talk red carpet before the Snatch Game. That's a perfect example of doing something that's Canadian.
But I think the girls are smart in these aspects where it's like we still had Venus kind of talk to herself and be able to get those heartfelt moments. But I think the kid stuff is really a tearjerker.
I just think I love seeing that vulnerability, and I find the new photos, it barely brings it out of them.
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
it's just kind of like a moment. It's such a missed opportunity. It's one of my favorite moments of like those last episodes.
Yeah.
Because you get to see them like holding back tears.
Now, I think, is this the episode where Priyanka screams, "Just be gay"?
Yes, because she sees a childhood photo of herself. We wouldn't have had that iconic quote had we not seen a childhood photo.
Just be gay.
She would not be saying "just be gay" if she was standing next to like the last season's winner. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Herself.
Right? Like I just feel it hits different. I don't know. I'll die on that hill for this one.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So then we find out that Bobo won. We have those iconic moments. Elated, so excited. And then we find out our bottom two is going to be Jimbo and Rita. Now I disagree. I think it should be maybe
Rita and Pri.
Yeah, because I don't think Jimbo's is that bad.
The relationship name would be Prita. I ship that.
Good for you.
Thank you. So you don't agree with the bottoms?
I don't.
I don't.
Do
you think they were just kind of letting Pri get in there?
Yep.
It was very funny because when the bottoms were announced, Pri just gasps out loud, I'm in the finale?
Yeah.
Like really, it really wasn't her moment.
Well, Pri's thing is very like, and I remember at the beginning, Pri's whole thing was very like wide-eyed, like, oh my God, like very like, Taylor Swift.
I was just going to say it's Taylor Swift.
It's very Taylor Swift coded.
Yes.
It's very like,
I
won. Oh my God, me. Like that's kind of was like her thing at the
All
beginning.
this money I spent on drag and you like it.
And you like it. It's just like, Pri, yeah, you put in hours. Of course we're going to fucking like it,
You're a pro.
You're a fucking professional. Of course we're going to be like, that's great, Anyways. But there's actually a funny little quip in this one where she's drinking a lot. And you hear Mike Bickerton, who's the main producer on this season, go, "We're cutting you off."
Cutting you off.
She's like, "Is there more?" And you hear, "We're cutting you off." It's cute. I love Mike.
I know.
Mike, the production company changed after the season. So Mike Bickerton, who was the main producer for season 1, left, and then Trevor Boris came in and took over, and has been Trevor Boris has been 2, 3, and 4.
Speaking of video on trial,
Trevor Boris.
I
know, crazy.
Yeah,
to go from someone who you used to watch like on video on trial to then is now producing the TV show that you're on. Wild. Canadian TV, this big.
I was gonna say, small little network.
It's a small world after all.
And we're just like, I didn't like how you did this, and this,
and you'll never hear it. And they're just like listening in their bedrooms. So what were they lip syncing to?
They ended up lip syncing to
Closer by Tegan and Sarah. All I wanna get is
a little bit closer. It's that little scoop, that slide.
This funny story about this. This was, I thought we got, so you get the lip sync songs like a little bit ahead of time.
What?
Is that crazy? Did you not?
No, I did know this.
Oh, I was like, you bitch.
I just bullshitting you.
Okay, yeah. So I remember they always tell you like, don't perform these. I read that as don't tell anyone.
Right.
So I was performing them. I remember one night I performed, and a girl, I won't say who, a girl came up to me and went, "Girl, what the fuck are you doing?" And I went, "I'm practicing." And she went, "You're not allowed to perform those." And I went, "What?" And I sent the longest email to production, like confessing and also apologizing. That's why she was like,
I know. Sometimes the stories you tell, I'm like... And I was just like spiraling in my hotel room, and I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. And I was like, and just like, okay, maybe like there's
like when I took my knife out during I took my sword out during promo, and they were like, "You can't have that." And I was just like, "Oh, it's not sharp." And I took it and I like slammed it into my arm to show it wasn't sharp, and they were all like, "Ah!"
High risk, that juice box.
High risk,
that's why you
low
love
reward.
I loved your interpretation of that email. I thought you just couldn't tell anybody.
Yeah, they were. My sister was like, "Girl."
But what a good lip sync song.
What a great lip sync song, and what a mid lip sync.
Yes, it felt like neither of them. They're both strong movers. I wouldn't consider.
Well, I thought
Rita
gave it as much as she could, and I thought it was really smart. She brought scissors out and cut her dress off so she could move a lot more. I thought that was, and she was kind of funny with it. This is actually the first time we've seen Jimbo lip sync, and this started a string of lip sync losses.
Yeah. Jimbo's great at a lot of things when it comes to Canada's Drag Race, but their Achilles heel is the lip sync. For their life. That is one moment where Jimbo, I don't want to say this in a rude way, but they just never shine. It's never their
No,
like,
they
moment.
eventually got their win. It just took 3 seasons.
And a very strategic song choice. Like it was like catered. Yeah.
But so unfortunately... Jimbo loses.
I know. At one point, Rita went to the ground. I was like, if you pretend to fall asleep right now, I'm going to throw this remote at Juice's 100-inch television. And
76.
I'm just going to scream. But she didn't. She just kind of
She crawled. She did like a scooch.
Scooch thing.
You know when a baby like scooches on their butt?
Yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah.
So Jimbo unfortunately gets sent home. And not only was this very sad, but this caused a hurricane within the people because Jimbo had feral fans.
Yeah.
So people were extremely upset. They unfortunately took it out on Rita.
Which is never... It's never the queen's fault.
No, it's not Rita's fault that she outperformed her.
Yeah.
But people really bullied Rita quite a lot.
Darn
it.
it. Gosh darn it.
But that brings us to our segment.
Where are they now?
Where are they now?
Jimbo is all over the world.
Jimbo is extremely famous.
I'm going to call it should we call it a world tour or is it a North American tour?
I think it's a world tour.
It's literally everywhere.
It's everywhere. Jimbo has also been on 2 All-Stars. Jimbo is on UK versus the World and is the very first Canadian ever to be on a main series All-Stars and won
the damn thing.
Won the All-Stars. So Jimbo went from,
local legend to national treasure to international winner.
Yeah. And I would say the most popular person from my season, let alone the franchise.
Let alone I don't want to say the most famous favorite of all franchises, but she's in the top 10 right now.
Yeah. Jimbo was a breakout star, and it started with the Scream on episode 1, season 1, and then kind of grew from there. And then she just kind of blew up.
Mm-hmm.
People loved her, as they should. She's an extremely creative.
There's so much to love.
Extremely creative, extremely fun, great performer when she's given the tools to do what she does best. Don't give her a pop song. Let her create art.
Exactly.
So she's been able to do these really incredible things. Very controversial. There's a lot of people who are Jimbo is a little polarizing, but I think that's going to happen to anybody who hits that level of fame.
And with good art comes critique. We've had the pleasure of having them on the podcast before, and when they speak, you could just hear such intention behind all of their art. There are some queens where it's is that what I call that art? Jimbo, I call it art.
She looked at me when she said that. She looked directly in my eyes. Is that what you would call
Is that art? No,
those little juice box earrings?
No, those are.
Are they cute?
That is art. That's cute.
And those weren't made by you.
Jamie knows art.
Yeah, Jamie knows art. You, not so much. But yeah, so we're very happy for Jimbo.
This is all to say Jimbo's just been killing it ever since the show.
Killing it, yeah.
Yeah, a star was literally born this season.
Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, we do not have our last segment of the show today. We do not have a what did Jeffrey say?
He didn't, because I think he was intimidated around Michelle.
Yeah, I think he was softening up.
He tried to shade one of Pre's outfits, and Michelle was like, she was slutty. And he just stopped dead in his tracks. He was like, I'm so sorry, Your Highness. And
Me.
Literally.
I'm so sorry, Mother.
Literally, he went from alpha to beta in one quick foul swoop.
Yeah.
It was done.
Quick.
Yeah. So we don't have a quote.
We don't have a quote. Jeffrey, you get the week off.
You're welcome.
But there it is. We're at our top 3.
Oh, we're so close. I can taste
We're
it.
almost getting to wash these faces off. But with that being said, Cynthia's going to let you know where you can find us on our socials.
Follow us on Instagram at Semi-Qualified Queens Pod. Ding. Or on Twitter at SQQPOD.
Or if you're listening to us anywhere where you listen to podcasts or on the social network, we really appreciate it. Social network.
Sonar Network.
The Sonar Network. Isn't the social network like a
movie about Facebook?
A movie about Facebook. Or if you're listening to us anywhere where you listen to podcasts or on the Sonar Network, we really appreciate it. Or watching us on our brand new YouTube to see all of this content. Thank you so much. But you can also go to our Patreon and help support the pod. So we are going to have some additional bonus content. It's going to be super fun and sexy there and not too expensive. So we really appreciate it, and we will see you guys next week with our very last episode of Season 3 for Semi-Qualified Queens Season 1 Rewind.
See you next week, lovers.
Bye.
Mwah.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network.